Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Grille, the Tier 5 German SPG. This one is located on the eastbourne of Safe Haven, and it's under the command of talon1958 of OLIMP, and it's his first submission for the weekend lying competition. Game on. Well, it's built on the hull, or the chassis you might say, of the Panzer Actant ICT. Now that's the same hull that was used for the Hetzer, and also, well, for the Marder as well. It's quite a universal hull, you might say. It was actually very reliable, which is why they built it. You didn't actually need a lot of spares to carry around if you were actually using the same chassis for the Arty as you were also using for the tank destroyers, some of the tanks and some of the other vehicles. Okay, well, he spotted a couple of enemy tanks and he dialing in on the Chi-He. Should be able to get an accurate shot on this guy. 208 hit points of damage. Now the Alpha is 480, 38 millimeters of pen and 6.7 meters burst radius with a stun duration of between 6.5 and just under 11 seconds. So it's actually quite a long stun, although it is only tier 5. So if you are going to get stun on the enemy, then yes, you do need to try and pick your moment, pick a tank that's actually being fired on by your own teammates, and then obviously you might pick something up. He's going for the M4A1 in the same position as the Chi-He, and in fact he hit the M4A1 and claimed another 173. He is getting stun assist in that area, but the M4 pulled back just to avoid the stun assist. Okay, he's going for the Panzer F2, which of course is the tank that's been given to a lot of players free of charge if you've been in the game long enough. Now, it actually is showing that the Panzer F2, in the right circumstances, can be quite useful. Of course, you don't want to go up against something which is a lot more powerful than it, but yes, it is actually quite a useful little tank. Considering it's also a premium, which does, of course, help, because you can train crews for the Panzer Aslains H or the other tanks that actually use the same crew configuration. Well, not very good over here. We just saw the M5A1 steward of the enemy team. He slid down the cliff. I don't think he realized how stiff the drop was there. So we're going to try and put a shell into the Chi-He. Oh, that was a good one. That was a good one. Because he's trying to get up there, but he's just suffered a major hit. And this Chi-He, well, he's down to half his health as well. The Leopard's just sitting up there, shooting at the enemy. Oh, and he's got a kill this time. So, already up to 1,000 hit points of damage, which is good. Very low on the stun assist, though. He needs more stun assist because the competition is actually mainly based on the mastery class that he manages to get. Whoever gets the highest mastery is the winner, or if they both tied, then it's medals, and then if they're both tied on that, it all the way goes down to the win 8 at the end. Okay, the Leopards come up behind the Hetzer. And he's just derped a load of shells into him. And, well, that cleaned that one up because he got the kill on the Hetzer. 2 kills now. Well, they're doing so well. There's only 2 enemies left. There's one of them. It's the enemy Fifi, and he's trying to dial in as fast as he can on that position. The only problem is I think the Fifi is trying to, he was trying to fend off an attack that was coming in on him. He was wiped out by that leopard again. And now there's only 1 enemy left. He's actually behind us. It was a KV-222. Now, this could be dangerous because, of course, the problem is this thing has got a lot of armor on the hull. It was added armor onto it because, of course, they were trying to make the KV more resilient. And they were on the design to the KV-3. It's a tier 7 hull, and yes, he has been spotted. Ow. Yeah, that's a 76mm round. And he just took a shell from him. But it didn't wipe him out. And in fact, this guy is under a lot of pressure now. And there goes the kill shot that wins the game. It comes in from the Chihi, and it's all over. So I think this is the first replay of the week. I may be corrected on that one, because I seem to recall there was a replay from last week that actually came in on the Sunday, and that it didn't count for the previous week, but it did come for the following week. And I think we might still be in that week. I'll have to look this up. But anyway, at the moment, Talon has set the standard at a 2nd class tanker and a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 10. His win rate in that game is 3,152, which is Super Unicum standard. So no medals on this one, but at least he did get 2 kills in the game and a decent amount of damage. Let's have a look at the team score. Didn't get the highest damage in the game. That went to an M10 RBFM with 1,279. But Talon got the 2nd highest with 1158. And that's a good score, with the 3rd highest going to the T28E with the F30 gun, the one with the 85mm gun. And he got a Lever Slaves medal in that one. So he's middle. He's second highest damage in the game. When it came to kills, though, he's actually still in 2nd place because the Leopard managed 3 kills in that game. The M10 RBFM got 2, so did Talon, so did the T28E with the F30 and the KV-1. Nobody on the enemy team managed to get more than 1 kill, and in fact, only 4 players managed to get a kill at all. When it came to base XP, he's a little way down the table, yes. I'm afraid that the Leopard got 814. He got 713 for the M10 RBFM, 675 for the T28E with the F30. And then we can see Talon way down here with 518. And he's actually in 6th place on XP. He fired only 7 rounds. The battle was over relatively quickly, but he did get some accurate hits on the enemy. 5 direct hits, 2 penetrating shots, and 5 splash. Damage of 1,158, of which 1,059 were more than 300 meters. So he did get fairly close. And I think it was the KV-220 that was the closest one. And of course, he took 1 round from that guy, and it was a penetrating shot, 76mm round. And the armor on the Grille is relatively thin. 5 enemy vehicles were damaged, 2 were killed, 163 hit points of damage assist, and 110 hit points of stun assist off 5 stuns. You can see he was doing the stuns, but his teammates just weren't shooting the enemy that he was stunning. Now, he did earn a nice little profit on a premium count, 71,944 credits. And he also got 30 bonds out of that one as well for a mission achievement. And on top of that, 1,554 experience points as well. I'm fascinated to know which ones he actually penetrated in the game. It was the Chihi, got 590 hit points of damage off that guy. Was it the Hetzer as well? Yes, the Hetzer, the one he wiped out at the end after the Leopard went in and stripped most of his hit points out of him. The shell came right down on top of the Hetzer and wiped him out. Now, it's actually true that there was a Hetzer Arty. And although the Grille actually does have the hull of a Hetzer, the Hetzer Arty was actually an open-topped Hetzer right on top. So it still had the same hull, but it had a huge hole in the roof of the vehicle, which actually had a Grille's artillery, the 15 centimeter Schwer Feldhaubitze, was mounted in the roof of the vehicle in much the same way and operated the same way as the Grille. And that's one of the Arties that we would like Wargaming to actually bring into the game, because it would still only have the same performance as the Grille Arty. So it still only have 480 alpha. It might have a better fire rate than the standard Grille. If Wargaming were to make it a premium, they'd need to give it something that would actually make it slightly more devastating, and a faster fire rate would certainly cater to that. But it would still have about the same movement values as a standard Hetzer, which is fairly slow. And that's the Arty which we think Wargaming could bring into the game. It's mainly because they already have the model. They already have the definition of a Hetzer, and all they have to do is cut a hole in the roof and stick the artillery piece in there. And there you got it. You've got yourself a new premium Arty, which I think a lot of people would buy. In fact, Wargaming would make millions from that Arty alone, because after all, there's been only two major premium Artys in the game, which are, of course, the Sexton 1 and, of course, the 105 18B2, the Leppy. So if Wargaming were to bring this one in, we very much appreciate it, because that's an Arty we would like to see, and it really did exist, because we've seen pictures of it in the Tank Encyclopedia and other sources. Anyway, that aside, it's a good start for Talon. He's actually set the limit at a second class of Bruiser and 3152. Now, the question is, will Angelina be able to beat that? And we do have a replay from her, but that's coming a little later. So this is the first replay, and you'll see the other one a little later. If you enjoyed this replay, please give this one a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below, because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.